making it very hard to unwind.
This list is bad. Everyone says the list is bad. Well, don't tell me what's on the list or else you will get permanently banned, meaning you can never speak again in the chat. So, hello everyone, my name is Bradley. I have a Brad taste in music, and today I will be reacting to Todd in the Shadow's top 10 best hit songs of 2022. I liked his list of worst songs. I thought it was pretty good. It was fun to watch it, and people really enjoyed watching the video. He got 200,000 views in a day. That's absolutely amazing. I'm happy to see that Todd this late in what he's doing, he's still getting insane numbers, even possibly more insane than he ever has. It's beautiful to see, and today, hopefully I'm going to contribute to that and not take away from that. With that being said, I guess we just jump right into it. Number one is 50 by Kid Rock.
I think I just my pants.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. This is the only part of the video I watched is the beginning song, which is, but I ain't worried about it right now, which ended up very high on my list of worst songs of the year. So that's how you know we're getting into something good.
So, okay, I finally got the best list together. What even is a hit anymore? See, I started reviewing music entirely to talk about overplayed songs I heard on the radio over and over again. And that's just not how music works anymore. A few years ago, I made the counterintuitive take that albums weren't dying, they were more important than ever. That may have been a little premature, but I think it's...
I mean, that's the thing, though, is popular music's kind of shifted in the media and the format of how it's... Yeah, but this happens like every 10 years. It's nothing new. It's just, you know, we're in a new age, a new wave. I still think pop music is as important as ever, just in a different way. Like TikTok pop hits.
It's true now. Increasingly, the singles charts look like album charts. Individual songs don't have the ubiquity that they used to, and the Hot 100 tends to measure the popularity of the artist more than the song. Even TikTok hits are drifting away from no names and towards the very famous. It is now incredibly hard to break the top 10 without being one of the most famous people alive. I still kind of don't know what I'm looking at. This was a bit of an odd year. One where the shadow of COVID loomed large even after everyone got back to their lives.
Caught in the shadow of COVID?
We were all awkward, stumbling back into some semblance of normalcy, and that's what this year in music felt like. Or maybe I'm projecting, because this is an awkward list. Boy, you'll see. So let's get to it. We're counting down the top.
Wait, doesn't he always have the bumper music for these lists as like some sort of weird mashup crap? I feel like I remember that.
Best
Also, that's the fucking Encanto font, isn't it? All right. Boo!
hit songs of 2022. Number 10.
And we fancy like Applebee's.
Oh my God, Fancy Like is number one. I fucking knew it. I called it, dude. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Finally, some representation. Let's go, dude.
Chocolate starfish.
That's it. This is that's it. We could turn off the list now.
He's on a date night.
Yes, that's right. I have changed my mind about Fancy Like and put it in its proper place on the best list. No, I'm kidding. God, 2021 was a bad year for country music. 2022, meanwhile, is looking like it may go down as one of Nashville's best.
Didn't Spectrum Pulse say like the same shit?
More raw, stripped down sound.
I don't care about country though, or Nashville. It's just not my thing, not my sound. You couldn't pay me to care. All the Nashville garbage is just gonna go over my head.
A lot of people think this might be the next big thing. Country with a more rock sound. Because it's funny that my favorite of them was by a guy who wasn't country or rock.
All you hoes! I never Detroit till I die, motherfucker!
This big, gross-looking guy with a face tattoo goes by the name Jelly Roll.
Rude? Wait,
believe it or not.
Wait, hold on. He's got a face tattoo? I didn't see that or know that. Okay, you know what? I take back my call of rude, okay? Face tats.
His weathered, soulful voice and gentle acoustic backing, he is, in fact, a rapper.
There's a monster under my bed and at my window there's a...
Bruh.
When I first started rapping, thought I'd hit it and quit it. Now I'm out to prove you don't gotta be ghetto to spit it.
Well, kinda. I think for some of you this might be a tough sell. I realize I'm making him sound like either deep-fried Post Malone or jumbo-sized Kid Rock. This, his first crossover hit, is definitely not either of those things.
I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner. I can get gone.
It's an honest-to-God acoustic ballad about doing too many drugs and hoping for forgiveness.
Doesn't sound too bad.
I'm only wondering
I've had
That
people
actually
tell me
sounds
that
pretty good.
maybe I know I do tend to react negatively when I get a whiff of churchiness from songs.
Higher.
These back roads got me. These pills pretend to be my friend.
And he's pretty clear that he sees drugs and God as basically the same thing, a way to try to find peace. I mean, I like that, I won't lie.
Yeah,
So that's
you
how
know
you
what?
get me, evangelicals.
I ain't lie, Todd's kind of selling me on this. I don't know, man. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't hate it.
More sad.
Hey, cool pick. You know, it's weird. I never heard of it before, but yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Number 9. There's a running joke about hip hop, about how every year the big songs and big albums are just the same 5 or 6 guys appearing on each other's tracks.
True.
I really felt that this year, and it was kind of hard for me to get too excited about the bigger rap releases. Like, was the Drake
Can you
21
do
Savage
something for
album
me?
any good? I'm just a little burnt out, I guess. So, I suppose that it's not that surprising that one of my favorite rap songs of the year came from someone I have never heard of before.
F-R-E-E, fuck nigga free. That mean I ain't gotta worry about no fuck nigga cheat.
Where have I heard this before? Hold on. Let me check. I'm thinking of Humble. No, I'm not. Shut up. Oh, yeah. That's right. This was on Pitchfork's Top 100 Best Songs of 2022. That's because I listened to this shit because I was looking for like year-end stuff, and I heard this song. I was like, of all places to find a song like this, you know?
I-N-G-L-E again.
I heard this song all summer and months afterwards, and it wasn't until this season where I was like, hey, wait a minute, this whips ass.
G to the L to the O.
Let's say it doesn't really need to be deeply analyzed. If you want to know what it means, well, it of course stands for 5 Nights at Freddy's. No, I cannot say what it actually means out loud. Let us say that when I'm happy about being single, it involves a lot less twerking and a lot more video games. And yet, I feel it completely. Let's go! There's a right way and a wrong way to spell words in a song. My biggest problem with Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl is that when she spells out the word freak, it has like the opposite of a...
You know, that shit was awful. But I fuck with this because it goes to the beat. It's like, see, that's the thing, is if a song goes hard, so you you don't need to actually know how to spell to vibe with it, that's how you know it's good shit. The spelling shouldn't be the entire point of it.
Ring to it, but this just kind of like perfectly scans.
S-I-N-G-L-E again.
I don't know, like usually I like the more pop end of hip hop, but as every main rap girl tries to be the next Doja Cat, maybe one of the next big things. I mean, I hope so.
I don't think so. I think this might be a one-off. I wouldn't put money on it, but it's still, I think it's kind of fun.
So I'd like to be ahead of the game for once.
So I think the song's alright. I don't have any problems with it. It's fun. I just don't really have much more to say beyond that. It's a good time.
Number 8. Okay, so just fair warning. For what I think is the first time ever, I put a second country song on the list.
Whoa! Oh wait, it's Chris Stapleton. Woo! Yeah, the song's fantastic.
Actually, in
Nikki
February,
wants to be
You
Doja.
Should Probably Leave became
Yeah, it's a
only
little
Chris Stapleton's
ass
second
backwards.
number 1 on level
Am
of
I
acclaim
the
and
only
respect. But
one?
respect and success don't necessarily
Willing
have that
to
much in
fight.
common with him and Nash. Even veteran star Alan Jack.
I don't deal with bitches no more.
And one of the amazing things I found while looking at this on YouTube, one of the first videos that comes up is of him performing this in 2014. He's been sitting on this since Obama was president. Amazing. I would have released it right away, because this song fucks.
Opposite
Money
of
Beat,
Baby It's
basic
Cold
lyrical
Outside.
Structure, it feels like one of those pure, timeless songs that's always existed. It's just a perfectly sketched portrait of two people who are definitely going to exercise some bad judgment. Let's give it up for bad judgment, everyone.
Dude, even if
And
he
then
was
we
up
should
to date
probably
with
move on.
TikTok garbage, would it really make this list though? Dude, everyone, okay, I've always heard this like barbs are the most vicious, awful people crap. I've never met a single barb in my life. I've never ran across one that's been like vicious or annoying. It's like the boogeyman to me. It's like something you have to be scared of, but you never actually know it's there. Dude. What's a barb? It's a Nicki Minaj stan, basically. They call themselves Barbies or whatever. Maybe it's because I've never had a huge problem with Nicki Minaj. I'd even go as far as to say, like, ever since she went, like, super pop, she's just been really uninteresting to me. She's got some hits. She's got some good songs.
Play with me, check who came with me. I bought a couple nines plus the K's with me.
Number 7.
Easy pick. I mean, I think the song's fine. It's got a good bass line, whatever, but it's not even close to my favorite thing from Lizzo.
Truth is, I had begun to worry about Lizzo's long-term viability as a musician. I was hearing a lot about her TV show, her fashion line, not a whole lot about her music. And it seemed like maybe she'd just become like a Jessica Simpson-style, all-purpose celebrity where you kind of just forgot why she was famous to begin with. And in a world where pop stars are supposed to have big first weeks or it's instantly over, it might surprise you to know that this song stumbled right out.
Why is it that? Okay, so that was a terrible idea. I get having audio in the background while you're talking, but literally talking in the background while you're talking is like a fly buzzing around my head.
Of the gate. Like, Lizzo, are we even still talking about her? Like, that was a pre-pandemic thing, right? But then Lizzo told us what damn time it was.
It's bad bitch o'clock, yeah, it's thick 30.
And we made some time for her. The thing is, you can always make up for lost momentum by having fucking jams. And after a slow crawl up the charts, it became Lizzo's second #1 hit.
It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing.
It seems like Lizzo is such a huge personality that she should have a more devoted fan base, and she shouldn't have to take the Katy Perry, Bruno Mars path to stardom, but...
Yeah, see, Lizzo's one of those people I expect to have a long time in the spotlight. They really do fill a niche right now. They're doing something that's unique to them, at least, so... I feel like Lizzo's one of those people who could release, like, the worst album that's ever existed, and then just show up next year at #1. So,
you know what?
We'll
there are definitely worse ways to be famous than by having a bunch of really good songs.
It's about damn time.
And just as I used Lizzo to insult Meghan Trainor on the worst list, I'm going to use Megan's example to show what Lizzo does right.
This ain't that ordinary, this that 14 karat cake.
Partly it's because Lizzo crafts one-liners much better than Megan does.
Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciagas, trying to...
And partly it's because when Lizzo goes retro, she just does it better. She makes it sound alive and modern and not shrink-wrapped and dead. I mean, that groove.
That's a good way of putting it.
And at last, Lizzo gets to put her flute skills to use on record. I know she can...
I gotta say, not only is Todd kind of selling me on this, I've never seen the video of this song, but the shit kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie, kind of feeling it. You know, I mean, the song's good, but like seeing her pull out the flute and have all this swagger, not bad.
Play, but I double-checked the album credits to make sure that she didn't put it.
Lesbians? Is that actually, lizards? What the, dude, I hope none of these are official. Like, I hope nobody calls themselves the lizards. Or the lesbians, dude.
But yeah, that is actually her playing that. But I think the most amazing thing is that I know Lizzo has down days. Some of her most famous songs she said she's written to cheer herself up. But I have never once listened to her and thought that she was faking it. That's what makes her such a pick-me-up for everyone. She just believes in herself, and she makes you believe in yourself. Okay, alright.
Yeah, not bad. Alright, Todd, I see you. Alright, I kind of vibe with this.
Number 6.
The World Health Organization, Joe, announcing last week that the end is in sight for the COVID-19 pandemic.
The pandemic, I guess, more or less ended officially in 2022, but its shadow was still all over the music of this year.
'Cause I've been feeling cool times.
From the big names were clearly written during the lockdowns while they were trapped in their mansions going nuts. I don't think this was more obvious for anyone than it was for Kendrick Lamar, who was probably already struggling with his own thoughts before the lockdowns. And when he finally made his big return, it was with a very challenging, messy, and uncommercial album with a ridiculous name.
From fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside.
At first, it was flooded with 5-star reviews, and then after a week or
was
so,
flooded
when the
with
hype
1-star
died down, everyone
reviews.
was like, actually, what is this?
It was actually the opposite. I thought what I saw was extreme disappointment starting off with the occasional person defending it, and then it completely did a 180, and it was just like going back and forth like that for forever.
Nah, fuck you.
It certainly wasn't uncompelling, but it was a lot to process. And I guess it shouldn't be that surprising that my favorite Kendrick song this year was not on that album at all.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's the thing though. It's like, sure, it's a hit song. It charted, but like, hit song my ass. You know what I mean? It's, you know.
Before he drops a new album, Kendrick usually heralds its arrival with a standalone track called The Heart.
I come from a generation of pain will murder his minor.
Song's amazing though. I mean, this song, it's incredible. It would probably be on top 5 on my list, but still.
This year's edition, The Heart Part 5, got a bigger entrance than it usually does. A big video for it and everything. It only charted briefly before getting overwhelmed by the album, but it was honestly the one I went back to the most. Now, I feel a little basic putting this on the list. A music critic who likes Kendrick Lamar. Whew, jaw dropper. Kendrick rapping about the culture over a 70s soul sample is, I mean, it's basically Kendrick playing the hits. For anyone who wanted To Pimp a Butterfly 2, Still Pimpin', this was the closest you were going to get from him. So I do feel a little obvious going for this more digestible. I think the song is actually honestly good beyond just being what you expect. If you listen more closely, The Heart Part 5 kind of reveals itself.
Nah, guys, I'm sorry to tell you this. Everyone, please type !donate. We gotta raise at least $5,000 today to free B Dizzle. That's the only way he's gonna make it out of prison. Yeah, you guys, you gotta send in your money to the B Dizzle fund, you guys. Thank you. All proceeds go towards freeing B Dizzle and paying for Saul's legal fees.
It's worth noting that in the video, he deepfakes other controversial black celebrities.
Oh my God, B Dizzle fund. Thank you, Scream.
OJ, Kanye, men who were heroes.
This shit's gonna get in the way. Kanye West. You guys remember that guy? You guys remember when Kanye West existed?
Till they weren't. The song's about a lot of things, but in conjunction with the album and with the deepfakes and the sample, you know, I want you to want me to. It strikes me as mostly about Kendrick struggling with his relationship with his audience. And then there's the stunner final verse. He transforms into his dead friend Nipsey Hussle's point of view, telling all his loved ones what he feels for them, even forgiving the man who shot him.
Know your soul's in question, that my mission wasn't ready.
Oh, man, that's hard. That's powerful. Woof.
Look what I done for you.
I expected I was gonna have to work hard to justify.
Kanye for president. We need Jewish representation in the office.
PC album. But as it turns out, people hadn't forgotten it at all. It was on a lot of other people's top 10 lists. It got nominated for Grammys. Like, I don't want to...
I don't lie, I totally forgot this song existed. I mean, like, when I remembered it, I was like, oh yeah, and then I was like, you know, but for a while, I completely forgot that was even a thing.
Discount the album, which was, you know, interesting and challenging, but sometimes you gotta let a song hit you in the heart.
I think about it, dude.
Number 5.
All right.
Three country songs. Look, I don't know why you...
Sam Hunt. What? Yo, what? Yo, what? Excuse me?
Watch me? I didn't tell you to watch me. You clicked on this of your own free will, okay?
You can marry an architect.
Oh, and looky here. We have saved the most embarrassing for last. I wish I could bring you another weathered, gnarly beard guy for the final country song. Instead, this is by Sam Hunt, a bedroom-eyes boyfriend country beefcake who looks like he should be a quarterback on the cover of a football-themed romance novel, and who is most famous for one of the worst country hits of the last 10 years. Your body
Driving with my ass closed, dude.
You'll always have long blonde hair. You'll always be Memphis queen.
Well, you finally
deal with bitches no more. 23 with anyone but you.
Hunt is controversial among country critics.
Oh, Christ.
Mixing things like DJ scratches
and
trap
dude.
beats and samples.
But you'll never be 23 with anyone but me. I hope you're happy now. I'm really glad.
Guys, Todd isn't a perfect person, okay? Sometimes he fucks up, all right? Sometimes he gets it wrong. This just happens to be one of those times, all right? We still love Todd, all right? We're still not throwing him overboard yet.
But I knew you then.
Dude, I'm sorry, but like, rare Todd Todd takes a lot of L's. Let's be honest, okay? He defended Machine Gun Kelly's career before it went into the literally went into the toilet. Like, he said, this guy is up next. And then, dude, like...
For me, this song doesn't necessarily remind me of anyone specific. It's just an acknowledgement that adult fun isn't the same thing as young fun.
I don't want to hear this damn song anymore, man. Move on.
Thank God you didn't know me when I was 23.
Maybe it's the fact that I'm 22 years old. I'm not even 23 yet, but this shit, it does literally nothing for me.
You know, don't forget, I hit it first, which... I mean, I guess I do hear it.
Look, I've had guilty pleasures before, okay? I've had some guilty pleasures that if I played them right now, you would ask Bradley, how do you get any enjoyment out of that? In fact, let's play one right now.
I'm Rachel White, I lay the pipe, I fuck your wife, don't give a fuck.
Look, now the difference though is I'm aware that this shit is ass-a-roni, okay? I'm not denying that this is straight ass, all right? But that is why I like it. Yeah, I hit it first.
You are free to stop watching. I never said I had good...
Okay, thanks everyone for watching. That's where we're gonna end the video.
Number 4! Okay, we are at the point of the list where, over the course of the year, at various points, I was sure that all of the following songs was gonna be my number 1. So you can basically call the rest of the list a tie for first. But in a more accurate sense, I did also rank them in order, so this is my number 4. And boy, what a year where this is only at number 4.
I didn't like this album really at all. It's funny because, like, I love this song. I love this song. It's amazing, but yet the entire album, I just didn't get what I got from this at all from it.
This could have been the biggest song in the world, and should have, and would have, except for the fact that Beyonce has done about zero to promote it. For Lemonade, she released an entire visual album. For this one, she's not even on tour yet. No TV appearances, no interviews. There's not even a video for it.
One of those songs I feel like is good because of where it's at. It's one of those songs that if it was number 1, if it was everywhere, I'd probably get annoyed by it. I think that it, you know, for the sake of the consumer, I like where it's at.
Nothing. You get nothing. Queen Bee has no need.
Plus, it's Beyonce. It's not like Beyonce needs, you know, the fame and attention more than she already does, so.
Break My Soul was still pretty goddamn big. I mean, it's an early 90s house song that sounds like it came right off the Pose soundtrack. And speaking of the early 90s, I feel like I should note the one real act of promotion she did do. I remember one article
is this?
after Madonna's Kiss in 2003 saying that neither Britney or Christina was the true heir to the Material Girl. It was actually Beyonce. I wish I could find that article, because this person was way ahead of everybody. Beyonce is her own woman, of course, but Madonna was exactly who I thought of when I heard that last album. And so when she released the Queen's remix, which mashed up this song with Madonna's Vogue, I thought it was just the most natural thing in the world. And the thing is, when Madonna reached this point in her career, that's when she started to lose a step. Like, believe it or not, it wasn't impossible for that to happen to Beyonce. I remember listening to her in 2018, copying Migos' flow, doing the skirt skirt.
Pay me in equity, watch me reverse out of dick. Skirt.
And I'm like, is this what's gonna happen to Beyonce? Just trend chasing for the rest of her career? Hell the fuck no. This is a song about
Now, Madonna was before my era, but it is interesting to think that Madonna had like such an unbelievable fall off. When I think of Madonna, I don't think about the good anymore. I think if there's a new Madonna song, I'm like, oh God, oh Christ. You know, when there's a new Beyonce song, I'm like, oh shit, oh, new Madonna song, I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna stay away from that. So, yeah.
Having a shitty job and battling adversity in a way that, on paper, sounds like Beyonce taking herself off the pedestal.
Madonna showing off her NFTs on Jimmy Fallon. Oh yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, exactly.
Making herself not, it's still Beyonce's world, and we're all...
I just want to stop to say I'm very grateful for you guys being here. Thank you to the 1,200 people who decided to stop by and hang out, even if you're just here to watch Todd's video, regardless. Yeah, I'm very grateful that you guys care enough to watch me and my scraggy ass face or whatever. So, Break My Soul, fantastic pick, really good. Now, I feel like there's been like one or two misses on this list that I didn't care about, but so far I think it's really solid, actually. So, yeah, good list so far. Break My Soul, fantastic to be in the top 5.
Number 3.
The next song I'm gonna play, I have to dedicate.
Oh, come on, man. You can't be serious.
To each and every single one of you. Because once again.
Bro, that's literally what I just did. Oh, God. Oh, dude. Oh, God, I'm turning into... I was supposed to defeat the Sith, not join it. Oh, God, dude.
Come on, Harry. We want to say goodnight to you.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Really? Where the fuck did this come from? He was literally shitting on him in the last video. Dude, he's got to be trolling, dude. No, I don't like this song at all, dude. This cold-ass, lame-ass garbage, dude. It's like at best, a 6 out of 10 on a good day, okay? At worst, like a 4 out of 10, okay? That's the thing, is it ain't even a bad song. It's just so dull.
By the end of the year, I was still not clear what I thought about Harry Styles, and I definitely ended the year more down on him than I started. All his rock star poses seeming like empty flash. But when he kicked off the Harry's House era, I cannot deny that it was such a relief after the year started with such a drought of new music. It was like the year had finally started.
That is a good point, though. When the Harry Styles album released, it was like a feeling of relief, like, because this year, for example, I'm waiting for that moment for the big release of the year to come out to sort of start people releasing shit, because nobody's released crap this month already. Oh God, that Ice Spice crap. Jesus. Get out of here. Look at this. Look at this. I'm in the top 10 most popular releases of the year so far, dude. That's how you know this shit's messed up. Come on, man.
Considering how self-consciously cool the rest of the album was, the way he chose to lead it off strikes me as very stark in hindsight. Joyous crossover indie hit where some little band would accidentally write the catchiest song.
I said, shut up and suck my D.
And possibly the darkest one yet, if even Harry Styles is being affected by it. If even he...
I don't know why, but I just don't buy it. I don't buy anything. Like, I do think that this song is genuine, but in terms of musical interest, I don't buy it. I don't feel it at all. There is nothing that Todd's saying mixed with the music playing in the background of boys taking off their shirts that is making me feel any sort of emotion whatsoever, and that is not me overcompensating for my extremely broken legs right now.
He, at 28, is writing songs that make him sound like a 45-year-old divorced man.
It's true. I can't stand up. I have broken legs.
This felt like it was at number 1 forever, and I was completely on board. I was surprised at first because it didn't feel like your classic mega hit with the big unstoppable pop hook, but it's one of those songs that just kept getting better and better the more you heard it. Just like
it wasn't. No, it fucking wasn't, dude. Don't try that crap on me. That's the opposite. Dude, literally, first time I heard this song, I was like, you know what, this is pleasant. The more I heard it, the less of an impact it had. It was like, it just sort of became more and more like wallpaper.
I've talked some shit about Harry, but he earned his way into people's hearts this year. By the way, this riff sounds nothing like Take On Me to me. I don't get what any of you are talking about.
All right, well, that was a really awful number 3 pick. God did.
DJ Khaled!
That was awful. I have nothing else to say. That was just a really bad pick.
Number 2. I find it harder and harder to tell what is actually cool or hip to listen to beyond the very obvious. Especially since, as I repeatedly tell all of you, I don't actually enjoy listening to music, and I especially don't enjoy talking to people who do. That's why I like chart watching so much.
Wow.
No personal or emotional reactions, just cold, hard numbers. Spotify charts are especially good because they include older songs in there so you can see what actually has legs and what the kids are actually listening to. Boy, you guys really love The Neighborhood, huh? And here's one I noticed. It was consistently very high on the charts for months and months, and I'd never heard of him. Like, who's that guy? Some indie artist, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Wonder if he's ever going anywhere.
Really good pick. I also agree with this one. Great song right here. Just if you ask me to say any of the verses though, especially the second one, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna let someone else do that.
I wish I knew you wanted me.
An annoying thing about modern pop is that it doesn't seem to have its own identity. It feels like all of the 2020s have been calling back to 70s disco or 80s synth pop, and if you ask me what the sound of now is, I'm not sure I'd have an answer. This is partly why I like...
This is what the sound of now is, dude. Yeah!
Shout out to his family. DJ Khaled!
Unholy a lot more than I should. At least it sounds like something new. But in terms of pop hits that sounded modern and good, there was only one real contender this year.
He's right. He actually is right. You can't... Dude. I couldn't find Suki's collar because I put 2 collars on my other dog, Mac, and I didn't notice ever this morning. Not even once. I thought I lost it. I didn't know where it was. I literally did not notice it. I took them out for a walk. I did all their stuff. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Bad Habits. Never really cared for Steve Lacy's music. Apparently, he's like some big deal in the music industry or whatever. But Bad Habit, I heard that song and immediately it clicked. I was like, this shit's really, really well done, so...
Steve Lacy was part of the band The Internet, which means he was sort of loosely affiliated with Odd Future, you know, Frank Ocean and Tyler the Creator and all them. And since Frank resolutely refuses to make another album, I guess this is what people glommed onto as a substitute. This was probably the biggest TikTok hit of the year, and TikTok gets 10 songs wrong for every one it gets right, but the songs it gets right, it gets very right.
Can I bite your tongue like my bad habit?
He's got that indie rock guitar groove, but with a very smooth, soulful voice. It's a combination of alternative sounds I haven't heard ever cross over. And boy, what a great and weird sensation it was hearing Kate Bush and Steve Lacy back to back on the pop stations this year. Like, what a truly fantastic Revenge of the Nerds moment. Now let's be clear, this is a song for nerds.
Thought you were too good for me, my dear.
It's about being a sensitive, shy boy who gets lucky and wins out at the end. Maybe the best of its kind since Pretty Woman, except it's also actually smooth so you don't feel like such a dork listening to it.
Pretty Woman?
You grab it.
The fuck kind of comparison is that? What, like, Pretty Woman walking down the street? Best, dude, Steve Lacy's Bad Habit is the best song since Pretty Woman.
Me hard, cause you know what you found is biscuits, it's gravy.
The thing is, I don't necessarily know if Steve Lacy is going anywhere. Because, you know, this is a guy whose biggest buzz before now was getting a guest appearance on a Vampire Weekend album. He could just end up the Gautier of 2022, but I certainly hope.
Gautier?
If
Bro.
This song has not spawned...
That makes sense. This is one of the songs that, like, I was surprised by how popular it got, because, I mean, I fucked with it. I liked it, but just to see the world, like, embrace it was amazing. I do think it's that amazing. Like, if I had to give the song a score, it's like maybe like a 9- for me. It's catchy. It's honestly sort of one of a kind. Yeah, I think it's brilliant, so... That's a huge W right here.
And before we get to the final entry, some honorable mentions.
All right. No. You're kidding, right? Dude, literally this song was the only bad thing about Arcane. Like, bro.
Okay, this is my guiltiest pleasure of the year.
Traveling around the world.
I got it, baby.
Call this the unofficial number 11 of this list. One.
I don't know.
It's still interesting to watch Drake's.
I got a career that takes my time away from women. I cannot convince you that I love you for a living.
The fuck is this? This is one of those songs that, like, anyone who put this on their top list, I was pissed at. So I'm glad this isn't on the list, because this is literally a fucking song from the 80s. Like, where do we draw the line? Like, why would this why would this be on a top hits of 2022? I get that it was like a huge thing, that it was like it blew up this year, but it literally feels like cheating. I'm okay with a song from 5 years ago getting dug up and then becoming a hit, but literally, dude, like, really? Anyways, 10 out of 10 song. I mean, this song is literally a 10, so.
I'm feeling
I think that's one of the funniest things that happened this year is this song blowing up and people not knowing what the fuck this is. And then you got like a bunch of people who've never heard of this artist or this song just saying, this shit's mid, it's mid, or like, who is this Kate Bush person? Or, oh, this song's only popular because of Stranger Things. That was my favorite one. This song's only popular. People are only like this song because of Stranger Things. That was my favorite. But yeah, as a spectator of the music community, it was pure comedy and a lot of fun to witness. So yeah,
does not count. That's an 80s song. And if I did count it, it would have crushed the competition. That's just not fair.
Yep.
I could do this for hours and hours and hours.
Okay, was this 2022 or the year before? I can't remember. Anyway, I like this one a lot. If only for the fact that she kept coming up with different rhymes for the word hours.
Me that gets devoured.
That song right
Oh,
right
wow.
You know, I liked all the mid-tier singles from this album a lot more than the big hits.
You're fucking kidding. Nah, dude.
I don't know. It's fun.
She's not a lesbian for peace, she turned lesbian.
I didn't love this song. Oh, wait, isn't that the... What's her name?
It's fun.
She's not a lesbian.
I don't know what her name is.
This song came out
Again, didn't love this album, but this song was great. One of the more creative and memorable moments of it.
too late in the year for anyone to put it on their year-end lists. For the record, I probably wasn't going to put it on the list either. I just want to say that I love this album very much, and if I made album lists, SZA's SOS would be right at the very top.
Rather be in hell than alone.
And now, let us see what topped the list.
Bad Habits is number one. Bro, are you like, did you just join?
Number 1.
It's gonna be, we don't talk about Bruno.
My entire moral code
No, it's Taylor Swift. Bro, you can't be serious.
is a need to be thought of as good.
It has been 6 years since Taylor Swift's castle, as she put it, crumbled
Can't be
overnight.
serious.
In hindsight, that description seems a little overdramatic for what now seems like relatively minor drama, but at the time, it was pretty devastating for a woman who was already the most tightly wound celebrity in showbiz, and one deeply invested in her public image. Famously, she responded by killing the old Taylor, and the new Taylor wound up taking on many forms. She was the villain, and then the hero, and then finally the award-bait critical darling. It was a bumpy ride, but at the end of it, her empire was stronger than ever. Her castle had not crumbled at all. It had proven that it could stay standing even when its founding.
Dude, have these super celebrities ever heard of the saying, no publicity is bad publicity?
Not only is Taylor Swift still on top, she will always be on top. And with her position in the public eye now forever secure, we can now see what all of this has done to restore Taylor Swift's peace of mind about her place in the
Todd
world.
is no taste? That's just not right.
Nothing.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
I don't even remember which song this is from the album. I don't. I know that this became a hit, but I don't remember this song at all. Literally at all.
Maybe You're the Problem, Taylor, was a common joke during her dozens of breakups era. And it was a funny line because it really seemed like this was a realization she would never come to on her own. Taylor was always the fairy tale.
So, as someone who follows along with pop music, like their life depends on it, because it literally does, which, again, no shade, seeing Taylor Swift finally admit that she's the problem filled Todd in the Shadows with so much joy that it managed to weasel its way up to number 1. Wow. That is insane. Anti-Hero is perfectly solid. I mean, the song's fine. It just ain't number 1 material. That's all.
Or the wounded victim. And she would only be critical of herself sarcastically.
I'll stare directly at the sun.
Everyone is wrong about you. Why do they keep saying it? Why do they think that? If you were this great, blameless person you thought you were, wouldn't your life be different? Wouldn't you be happier? Empirically, the problem has to be you.
I wake up screaming from dreaming.
Well, welcome back to planet Earth, Taylor Swift. Good to have you here.
Talked a lot about Taylor Swift over the years. But despite that, I've always felt a tiny bit detached from the Taylor phenomenon, especially her first few albums, which did zero for me. And I just figured, you know,
William.
not for me. Probably I shouldn't relate to this either. I'm not a megastar, and
It's not that deep. There's nothing about his explanation that's making it sound more deep than it actually is. He's describing the surface level song in a surface level way. By complaining that it's not that deep, you are insisting that I take what you're saying as you don't understand the simple explanation for the simple song. I'm just saying that it really isn't that deep, but making an explanation that it isn't that deep is extremely unnecessary. It makes it sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm just saying.
I'm not driven like she is. I'm lazy as shit, as you can tell by the fact that this list is 3 weeks late. But even if I can't relate to Taylor's insane drive and ambition, I do totally get being a deranged insomniac haunted by doubts and lost friends.
No, my life has been so much better since I've stopped following celebrity drama, and now, guess what? I'm a celebrity. Hey!
DJ Khaled! Yeah, right. Picture that with a Kodak. I better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak.
When you're awake too late and you're so consumed with regrets that you're not making any sense. And by the way, I respect Taylor so much for presenting her insane midnight ramblings with no rewrites to make it more accessible. Sexy Baby is the lyric of the goddamn year, and if you think it's a bad line, you are not listening to it right.
Okay, it's not that deep, all right? It's not that deep. Wait, whoa, what is this song? I think that final pick is cute. Todd, you're garbage. It's time to give up the channel. I think Todd has a strong understanding of what he's doing, and if I'm being honest, if we're talking about hit songs, which, by the way, this entire list is about, I think that out of all these songs, he picked the ones that make the most sense for the top 4. I feel like Anti-Hero is the... it's the one that I personally don't care that much about, but I can see where he's coming from. But I also feel like The Heart Part 5 would not make a lot of sense as number 1 on a list like this. Like shit like that. I feel like if you're talking about hits and number 1 hits, I think it does actually kind of make sense why he chose what he chose. Now, I don't personally agree with everything, but this is a great Todd video regardless that I made all the way through. I don't think it's as entertaining as the least liked list, but then again, that's because all the content I make is negative, and I like watching what I like making what I would watch, and let's be honest, all right? The negative content's the shit, all right? All right, with that being said, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next time. Peace out.